The Cleveland Browns are about to have their franchise quarterback, and the most hilarious part is they'll stumble into him by complete accident. Decades of chaos, questionable decisions, and what looks like a monumental, self-inflicted coaching error are all about to collide and force one of the most exciting, talked about rookie debuts the NFL has seen in years. It's a story so dramatic, a certain Hall of Famer already gave his son the cryptic final order: be patient, be ready, because the time is coming. Get ready for a twist that has everyone from analysts to the most cynical Browns fans already ordering custom jerseys, because the team thought they were starting one guy. But the entire football universe is about to reveal the guy they should have been starting all along.
Yeah, he's looked efficient, right? He's got the ball out of his hands. He's only taken one sack, hasn't turned the ball over, hasn't put it in harm's way. He's got the ball to his playmakers, and they're in this game.
Meanwhile, the fact that he is starting is obviously a significant story. There have been very few situations like the one in Cleveland this year where they draft him in the 3rd round and then they draft Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. And the immediate reaction here, Rex, from you was the fact that Dillon Gabriel is the starter and Joe Flacco is the backup is interesting.
The real problem isn't the rookie. It's the disaster he's replacing and the system that allowed it. Right now, the Cleveland Browns offense looks less like a professional unit and more like a performance art piece titled "How Not to Play Football." This isn't just normal bad. This is so horrendously anemic and impotent that if you handed the Madden controller to a dog, you'd probably see a more competent drive. And right in the middle of that dumpster fire is Joe Flacco, a man who has somehow convinced the Browns he's the definition of veteran leadership. Watching him in the pocket feels like you're trying to drag a soaking wet couch across a gravel parking lot. He's been hanging around the NFL like that party guest who doesn't realize the event ended 3 hours ago, refusing to get the hint while everyone else has gone home. His throws land somewhere between the intended receiver and a confused fan in the 5th row. The Browns somehow convinced themselves this was the guy who would turn their disaster into art. But the only art happening here is performance comedy, and the joke is entirely on Cleveland. And that's not even the worst part.
Yeah, because it shouldn't happen that way. Joe Flacco, can't get it done anymore. So bring Shedeur Sanders up with the young kid, the lefty, and now your first and second team are the young quarterbacks. That's what we want to see. And make no mistake, Alex, we talked about this yesterday. You said there's 2 first-round picks that they have next year, right?
Yep.
So this is about, let's see what we have. Are one of these guys going to be our quarterback moving forward?
Right.
And to me, look, I was saying something about Shedeur Sanders. And to me, I just know this kid has so much ability that I want to see him out there like anybody else.
Yeah.
And why the hell he's not out there, it
makes no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense to me.
It makes no sense.
No sense.
You hit the nail on the head, Rex. This year, the rest of this year should be finding out if either of these kids can be a starting quarterback, right? And the fact that he's not bumped up to backup, something's off. Something's wrong, right? Again, given his ability, his track record, where they're at right now as a team, as a QB room with Joe Flacco, again, I don't understand why this guy's not the backup and ready to roll in case something happens.
And with the offense being an absolute joke, the one part of the team playing like gods is starting to get furious. While Flacco and Gabriel are fumbling around like circus clowns in football pads, there's one unit sitting on the sidelines watching their elite performance get wasted: the defense. This defense is playing like an all-time unit, holding teams to numbers that should guarantee wins. They are out there playing like absolute G0Ds, getting stop after stop, and the offense just shrugs and says, "Nah, let's lose anyway." You cannot keep embarrassing a top-tier defense forever. When your defense is playing lights out, showing you how elite they can be, you cannot continue to go week to week being this anemic and impotent offensively. Eventually, fans, analysts, and even the players start looking at the rookie quarterback like he's the last slice of pizza in a starving room.
And how important is the quarterback room?
Man, listen.
I always looked at the quarterback room as this. It's just like this kumbaya sort of. These guys come out of here and they're arm in arm, holding hands and all this stuff. They sit right next to each other in the front row. They do all these things together. And Cleveland messed this quarterback room up on draft day, in my opinion. I mean, you draft a kid high in Dylan Gabriel, then you draft not only a competitor but a pretty good quarterback in terms of Shedeur Sanders. So they're confused and they're competing. So how is it working? And you also have Joe Flacco in there. I don't know how much mentoring Joe Flacco is doing because he knows he's on his last leg. He's on his way out. And these guys are probably as old as some of his kids are. Mm-hmm. So some of this quarterback room is, I don't want to say dysfunctional, but it is not the way the normal quarterback room I'm used to seeing in the National Football League locker room.
Go ahead.
Well, we don't know what the quarterback room is crazy because there's a name y'all left out of there, and that's Deshaun Watson. He's still a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. But one thing that I'll say, talking about a young guy like Shedeur Sanders, there's a lot of guys or a lot of fans that he wooed and wowed, through preseason. A lot of people rooting for him, and nobody has seen him play yet. Right now, it is Dylan Gabriel's turn. Has Dylan Gabriel, from what we've seen so far over in London, has he disappointed us?
No.
So far, so good.
So the question I'm saying, I don't care if it's Dylan Gabriel backing up Shedeur's backing up Dylan Gabriel. Whenever your opportunity comes, you better be ready because if there's any type of microscopic lens looking on Cleveland, the quarterback position is the main position.
The one thing I see out of Dylan Gabriel in this game right here, he's protecting the team, which has not happened even with Joe Flacco and all that experience he had. He did not protect the team. His defense is outstanding. This kid seems like he understands it. And I will say one other thing. If you're a quarterback, you lead from the front of the building, not the back of the building. I don't care who you are. And so that to me might be the reason we're seeing this right
Tell him, Coach.
Real quick, there's a reason why Myles Garrett talked about getting traded. All right, it was last year during the Super Bowl, I think it was. If I'm a veteran defensive player, any player in that locker room, I'm just like, please, figure this out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Is it Shedeur? Is it Gabriel?
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? Or are both of them out of here and we're using these picks? It's got to be something.
That win over Green Bay may have also given some of them the idea they could be a playoff team this year. Adam Schefter, there were so many different layers to this story. Help us with it.
So, when exactly does the pressure pop? Everyone has a prediction, and they all point to one critical deadline. Analysts are already making predictions. Week 7, Week 8, maybe Week 9. Somewhere in that range, everyone expects the switch to flip. And when it does, it won't be some quiet substitution where fans politely clap. It's going to feel like a rock concert. The entire stadium is going to roar like Cleveland just remembered what hope feels like. Shedeur is going to step onto that field with swagger, and the defense will finally get the partner they've been begging for. He won't just walk into Cleveland to scrape by with ugly field goals. He's coming to carve defenses apart like he's playing chess and everyone else is stuck on checkers. He'll light up defenses like he's been doing this for years. This isn't just about winning games, it'll be about winning them in style. The funniest part of this whole saga isn't the change. It's the hilarious immediate fallout. The same people who doubted him, who said Gabriel was more prepared, will be the first ones on TV pretending they always believed. The bandwagon is going to be riotous. You'll see the clips, you'll hear the spin, and fans will just laugh because everyone knows the truth is simple. Cleveland has no other choice. They can't waste a top-tier defense with an offense this pitiful. Eventually, you've got to unleash the guy who was drafted for this exact moment. Shedeur Sanders isn't just expected to start, he's destined to. When the Browns finally admit what everyone else already knows, they might accidentally stumble into a real, legitimate future. The countdown has already started, and when Shedeur takes the field, it won't just change the Browns season, it might just change their story forever.